I want to tell you about a love story that surprised me terribly. One time I was called to go to a nursing home to see one of my old parishioners. She was in her late 80s. I arrived at the nursing home, and as I'm going past her room, there's an old gentleman standing at the door, and he says, "Father, would you come in and visit us?" I said, "Well, I'm on my way to take somebody communion. When I finish, I'll come back." And I came back to this room, and he welcomed me, and I go inside, and there are two beds. His and his wife is in bed. And I said, "Oh, I didn't know that they had couples here together." He said, "We do. It's done." And I said, he says, "My wife can't walk anymore, so she has to be in bed all the time." And I said, "So what's the matter? You couldn't be without her, so you had to come?" And he started to laugh. He says, "No, Father, I could be without her, but I didn't want to be." And then I said to him, "Well, tell me about yourselves. Tell me about your marriage." And he looked me in the eye and he says, "Father, we've been married, you all ready, 76 years. I said, "Oh my God, 76 years. He says, "Yeah, but the first 10 years were hell." And I said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "All we did was fight the first 10 years. Babies, money, no jobs, commotions, moving from apartment to apartment, moving from country to country." He said it was horrible. And in my 10th year of marriage, I came home with the intention of saying to my wife, "I'm leaving. It's over. I can't take it anymore." I walk in the door and she'd argue. She'd tell me what was wrong with the kids, what was wrong with me, all the suffering she had all day long. And I was working all day long and struggling and suffering. He said, "I had it. All we knew how to do was argue." So he says to her, "I'm finished." And of course, it hit her very hard. And then she started talking. She says, "My sister has a priest, and he's helped her and her husband so much. Will you go see him?" And he was going to say no, and he said, "All right, I'll go," because he knew the priest would have nothing to say anyway, and he would leave. They made an appointment. They went to see the priest. The priest says, "Tell me about yourselves." So they did the usual, she does this and he does that, and they don't do this, and we've had enough. And so he says, the priest, "You know what the problem is? You don't know anything about love." And I say to you, the problem is we don't know anything about love. And he said, in every love relationship, there are three people. Not one, not two, but three. And in every relationship, if it's love, it has to have God in it. And then it has to have the one you love. And then it's you. So first, in every relationship of love is God. Second is the other, and guess where you come in? Third. But when you make yourself first, 10 years of hell. When you make the other person first and not God, 10 years of hell. It has to be in the right order, or it won't work.